perspective, what allows Austin to? He leads all NHL forwards in takeaways, like to win the puck back constantly in those situations.
Well, he definitely has a unique skill set with his hands and his stick, and I mean, what he's able to do with it. But I think a lot of it is just hard work and just general work ethic. It's an area of the game that he's talked about a lot in the past, even during the offseason, being an area of focus that he wants to improve on. And I don't think many guys really take that approach. I think he takes a lot of pride in being good defensively. And when you watch that goal he scored last night to make it 2-1, it's all a back check, basically, and he turns it over, goes 2-on-1, and scores, ends up being a game winner. So I think that's just, that's how you're supposed to play. And so for him to be leading by example like that is pretty impressive.
What did you like about the team game defensively last night that allowed you guys to really keep Minnesota away from this game?
Yeah, I thought it was good. Obviously, we stayed patient. I think in the past there would have been examples of our team being frustrated with the game going that way. Obviously, not very high event, not a lot of chances either way. But I think we did a good job of staying patient, playing within our structure. We didn't give up a lot off the rush, which is an area that we've definitely talked about recently. And so I think it's just a good example of how you have to play in games and that are tight like that without a lot of high-end scoring chances.
Morgan, the goal for Austin has always been to be a complete hockey player. We know the offensive area when he's coming into the league, but where have you seen the improvements defensively in his game, do you think?
Well, like I said, I think a big part of it is just how hard he works, and I don't think it's obviously something that he does behind the scenes a lot, but just his commitment to his craft and his general work ethic goes unnoticed because of his skill set and his ability and what he can do with the puck. But truthfully, when it comes to playing defense and prioritizing that part of the game, it's a mindset, it's work ethic, and he's got both those things going for him. And so we're very lucky. And again, the plays he's able to make when he's tracking from behind and taking the puck, there is a great deal of skill involved in that, but it's more mindset and work ethic, in my opinion.
How do you think the defense core will adjust without Jake for a significant portion of that?
Yeah, we'll have to make adjustments. Obviously, as a group, we'll have to be ready for more challenges, more ice time for certain guys, more responsibility. But, I believe that the depth is there. And, as players, you want to take that challenge head on and, handle it, help your team. And obviously, Jake's a big part of our team and, a big part of our back end. So there'll be guys that have to take on more responsibility when he's not out there.
Does it make the spirits to see him option practice here?
Yeah, he's around. I think that's good for our team and also for him. You want to keep a positive mindset. You want to be ready when you come back. You don't want to be away for too long. You start to lose a little bit of the day-to-day routine stuff. So to have him around is really good.
You know what it's like being a young defenseman trying to carve out a role. What do you see from Travis this season? He tries to do just that.
Yeah, I think we got lots of guys who are working hard, trying to improve their games, trying to be, everyday players that can really make an impact. And, I think all those guys have done a really good job, whether it's Travis, Timmy, or Sandy, have all worked hard. And obviously, Bush coming in, he's a good example of a guy who plays hard and, takes his job very seriously. And I think that's good. And I think it's an opportunity that we can all learn from one another and, try to help each other, be supportive of each other. And, we're always trying to get better, whether it's your first year or your 10th year, whatever it might be. You're always trying to make adjustments and changes and improve your game.
Do you ever say anything to a player when his name keeps popping up in trade rumors?
To be honest with you, it isn't anything that players really pay attention to. So, I couldn't really tell you what the trade rumors are. But, if that comes up in conversation, the best thing you can do is just be supportive and, just try to be a friend. And, I think that's a good part about our team is that I think we have each other's backs. And, when your name comes up in a certain conversation, there's lots of guys in there that, really care about each other and they're, quite supportive.
When Austin scores a goal like he did last night, I'm talking about the first one. What does a defenseman do on that play like that? When the deception just rises up?
It's tough. Not many players can score from distance like he can. Obviously, Ovi has been able to, Stamkos can and stuff like that, but not many guys can really, carry the puck into the zone and be a scoring threat from the top of the circle. So, as a D-man, it's challenging. You just, try to get in the lane. You hope it hits you, but you kind of don't, type thing. So, it's tough. Ideally, you can take his time and space away in the neutral zone, but when he gets in like that and automatically becomes a threat, it's tough.
How good is he at using the defenseman as a screen?
Yeah, what he's able to do with his angles, and he can move the puck around quite a bit, create lanes for himself, and again, he spends hours and hours every day working on that. Both during the season and during the off season. So that's just a work ethic thing. Obviously, there's talent involved and skill involved, but that doesn't happen overnight.
Sheldon was saying there's no doubt he belongs in part of the conversation, which he wasn't last year. You play the top guys. I'm just curious your perspective. How do you view him?
Well, I think he's there for sure. He's got my vote. He's a guy that can, break games open just like last night. Our team's down 1. He goes down on the next shift, scores a goal, and then he makes a great defensive play, scores another goal, and all of a sudden, that's the game. So he can break games open. He's accountable, and every year I think he deserves to be there, and this year's no different.
What does Bunting do well to get under the skin of the opposition?
Just does his thing. I don't know. It's obviously a part of his game that he enjoys, and it's important to his game and his mindset. Over the course of a game, to be involved. Verbally type thing. So, that's valuable, and that makes him go. So he can just keep doing his thing. He's playing with 2 pretty good players. So I think he's carved out a pretty good role for himself.
Mitch was pretty proud of picking your win song this year. Just curious. What your
I don't know what it's called. Yeah, I like it, but I'm not making those decisions. That's his job.